Love does not begin and end the way we seem to think it does. Love is a battle. Love is a war. Love is a growing up. You think your pain and your heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world, but then you read. Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. Perhaps home is not a place but simply an irrevocable condition. I love America more than any other country in the world and, exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually. I can't believe what you say, because I see what you do. Love takes off the masks we fear we cannot live without and know we cannot live within. Anyone who has ever struggled with poverty knows how extremely expensive it is to be poor. People can cry much easier than they can change. You don't have a home until you leave it, and then, when you have left it, you never can go back. The most dangerous creation of any society is the man who has nothing to lose. To be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time. It is very nearly impossible to become an educated person in a country so distrustful of the independent mind. It is certain, in any case, that ignorance, allied with power, is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. The victim who is able to articulate the situation of the victim has ceased to be a victim. He or she has become a threat. The role of the artist is exactly the same as the role of the lover. If I love you, I have to make you conscious of the things you don't see. Know from whence you came. If you know whence you came, there are absolutely no limitations to where you can go. You write in order to change the world. If you alter, even by a millimeter, the way people look at reality, then you can change it. Confusion is a luxury which only the very, very young can possibly afford, and you are not that young anymore. Neither love nor terror makes one blind. Indifference makes one blind. True rebels, after all, are as rare as true lovers. And in both cases, to mistake a fever for passion can destroy one's life. I often wonder what I'd do if there weren't any books in the world. Whoever debases others is debasing himself. Hatred, which could destroy so much, never failed to destroy the man who hated, and this was an immutable law. The place in which I'll fit will not exist until I make it. Do I really want to be integrated into a burning house? Nothing is more desirable than to be released from an affliction, but nothing is more frightening than to be divested of a crutch. Those who say it can't be done are usually interrupted by others doing it. Hatred is always self-hatred, and there is something suicidal about it. Trust life, and it will teach you, in joy and sorrow, all you need to know. The artistic image is not intended to represent the thing itself, but, rather, the reality of the force the thing contains. For nothing is more unbearable, once one has it, than freedom. People are trapped in history and history is trapped in them. Our crown has already been bought and paid for. All we have to do is wear it. The price one pays for pursuing any profession or calling is an intimate knowledge of its ugly side. The purpose of art is to lay bare the questions that have been hidden by the answers. The impossible is the least that one can demand. No man is a devil in his own mind. Nakedness has no color. This can come as news only to those who have never covered, or been covered by, another naked human being. Any real change implies the breakup of the world as one has always known it, the loss of all that gave one an identity, the end of safety. There are people in the world for whom coming along is a perpetual process, People who are destined never to arrive. With everything in me screaming no. Yet the sum of me sighed yes. Perhaps he is a fool or a coward, but almost everybody is one or the other, and most people are both. Love brought you here. If you trusted love this far, don't panic now. It's a miracle to realize that somebody loves you. When you're writing, you're trying to find out something which you don't know. I was guilty and irritated and full of love and pain. I wanted to kick him and I wanted to take him in my arms. Color is not a human or a personal reality, it is a political reality. Education is indoctrination if you're white, subjugation if you're black. People are too various to be treated so lightly. I am too various to be trusted. It is astonishing the lengths to which a person, or a people, will go in order to avoid a truthful mirror. American history is longer, larger, more various, more beautiful, and more terrible than anything anyone has ever said about it. There are too many things we do not wish to know about ourselves. I hope that nobody has ever had to look at anybody they love through glass. Allegiance, after all, has to work two ways, and one can grow weary of an allegiance which is not reciprocal. Precisely at the point when you begin to develop a conscience, you must find yourself at war with your society. I am what time, circumstance, history, have made of me, certainly, but I am also so much more than that. So are we all. A civilization is not destroyed by wicked people. It is not necessary that people be wicked, but only that they be spineless. If I am not what you say I am, then you are not who you think you are. The American ideal, after all, is that everyone should be as much alike as possible. I am what time, circumstance, history, have made of me, certainly, but I am, also, much more than that. So are we all. No one is more dangerous than he who imagines himself pure in heart, for his purity, by definition, is unassailable. Most of us are about as eager to be changed as we were to be born, and go through our changes in a similar state of shock. The world is before you, and you need not take it or leave it as it was when you came in. For these are all our children. We will all profit by or pay for what they become. You have to decide who you are and force the world to deal with you, not with its idea of you. One of the most terrible, most mysterious things about a life is that a warning can be heeded only in retrospect, too late. I can't be a pessimist because I'm alive. To be a pessimist means that you have agreed that human life is an academic matter. Love was a country he knew nothing about.